Okay, hello subscribers and non-subscribers, and welcome to part 3 of Let's Play Stellaris Apocalypse Ashes to Ashes. Still haven't met anybody. Again, I know I turned down the numbers, but Jesus. It's like the game decided to spawn them all on the opposite side of the galaxy. I was still expecting to have met somebody by now. But, you know, maybe with better sensors I'll be able to plan this out a little bit better, so that I can meet somebody and introduce ourselves to them with the help of Armageddon bombardment. Oh. I didn't realize that battle debris was a part of the precursor event chain. That means I need 2 more. I thought it was 5 that you needed, but apparently I'm wrong. You know, we're not really hurting on the food anymore, so you know what, let's go ahead and meet all these menaces. Aha! We have met somebody, or we will. The Theta Menace. And we will introduce ourselves to them. Don't research that. I'm gonna send my... I've never actually succeeded. You know, I've already met them, so never mind at this point. Well, I haven't met them, but I've run into them. They're probably already researching me. Never mind. By the time I get my fleet over there, they'll have already found out who I am. So, yeah. Forget about it. Issue a study for remotes. Let's go ahead and get the remote study. Let's go ahead and learn how to build destroyers. That'll be helpful, especially if we're going to go to war. And we have met the Curator Order. Oh, whoops. You're different people. Who the hell are you and where are you? I have not met any curators, or at least the game isn't indicating any on the map here. I met you guys. You were the Theta Menace. What? Why? Where the hell are you guys? You're up there, in this unknown system. Supposedly I met you. I did not meet these guys. For some reason those curators seemingly went and established communications between me and the Kelazan Republic. Now, I have no way of telling if I'm on top or if I'm on the bottom. I'm going to assume the order is like this because of these guys always being at the bottom of the list. In which case, the game says these guys are technically kind of slightly more powerful than me. At least enough to put them on top. I had that same issue in the test game, where despite me actually being tougher than the enemy, the game would still say, oh no, they're on top. As if it was trying to, I don't know, I guess, think that if I think the enemy is on top, I won't declare war on them. It reaches a point where I basically just say, I don't give a shit. But yeah. I don't know why the game does that sometimes. Oh, I did research the better armor. Let's go ahead and slap those on our ships. Both our ships and our defense platforms. Now, I don't think I can really make it over here particularly quickly. Especially since I'm sort of hurting on the minerals. But you know what? We'll try it. Admittedly, I would need to secure all 3 of these choke points if I really want it to be effective. So I probably won't actually go for the choke points right now. I'll probably go for a line right about here-ish. And that'll basically be our battle line against these guys.
Special product complete.
Because we'll need it eventually. Yep, it's got to be studied.
Updated.
Just go ahead and get all these out of the way.
Special product complete. Situation log updated.
Okay, in theory there is a mineral-rich thing somewhere in the galaxy. Aha, right over there. Presumably I'm pretty sure that means that there are mining drones there. But you know what? Feel free to head over there later. Once you get the opportunity.
Special product complete.
And ooh, only for 20 years. It's not as great as I would like. If I'm gonna be completely honest. Okay. Continue to build these.
We have mastered a new technology.
Wonderful. Let's go ahead and get disruptors. And you guys need to get your better sensors. Same with you. You guys automatically get upgraded now.
Special product complete.
And there's our plus 5% to energy credits. Always helpful.
Situation log updated. Our ships have been upgraded.
Wonderful, and now our ships can see out one province. Or, not province, god, what the hell am I thinking? One system, rather. They can now see the system next door.
Situation log updated.
And I think you guys also got upgraded automatically. Yes. So now I know that there is still the void cloud there. I know exactly how powerful it is. And I know everything I need to know about it. And I'm still going to want to build more of these things. More of these Corvettes. I don't know why I have high sensors here. You should be outside. No, apparently you... The game honestly thinks that you are within the nebula. I don't. I'm sorry, game. I do not think that this system is within the nebula, because it's still on this plane. Oh, actually, looking at it top down, it's just outside. Okay. Yeah, that's why sometimes you gotta look at things from a top-down perspective rather than at an angle. I don't like looking at things top-down, because it makes it hard to tell exactly how things look.
System survey complete.
Also, everything looks 2D. Yep, go ahead and check that out. That, I think, actually finishes off the Cyberx. Wow, that was pretty quick. Normally that takes a while. And by a while, I mean, like, the entire game for me most of the time. You guys still only have tier 1 sensors. Haha, and that is interesting, actually. They must have changed that. It looks like now they've made it to where if you click on somebody else's fleets, you can see where they can go and where they cannot go. So if you don't know if, say, an empire can go through another empire, if you can find the empire whose fleet movements or possible fleet movements you're curious about, you can click on their fleet now and see, oh, they're not allowed to go through such and such's borders anymore. I like that. That is a nice change. And I don't recall that ever being mentioned in their dev diary, so it was probably mentioned in the patch notes, but I honestly don't bother reading those.
We have mastered a new technology.
And for this update in particular, you could probably make a book out of it. Is that really what I want to go ahead and get? Yeah, we'll go for the sinkholes.
System survey complete. Special product complete.
Okay, here we go. Cybrex home system located. After intense study of our recovered Cybrex artifact, scientists on Kerbanog have managed to deduce the exact galactic coordinates of a system the ancient machines refer to as Cybrex Prime, possibly where their civilization retreated after their abortive attempt to exterminate all sapient organic life. We should launch an expedition to this system before someone else beats us to it.
Situation log updated.
So, where is it? Haha, up there. You know what? Yep, go over there. Find the world before anybody else, and you survey that. And then you're gonna... I was gonna tell you to turn around, but you know what? No. I'll just make a new scientist. An even better scientist. Well, not really better, but... Let's go and get more of our corvettes.
Construction complete.
Now, I'm not allowed to trade with enclaves as a fanatic purifier, so I am on my own when it comes to making money.
Construction complete.
I can't exchange it with my neighbors, so I've got to make sure I've actually got a self-sufficient economy of my own.
System survey complete. Construction complete.
Yep, you just keep making your way to Cybrex Prime. Or, excuse me, Alpha. Okay. Okay, you're done with that system now, finally. I am really hurting on the minerals. I wish there was something I could do about it, but I can't. Well, actually, I can replace you now with a temple, though, so let's do that. For that extra unity.
Complete.
Okay, we got an ocean world right next to Cybrex Alpha. There's Cybrex Alpha with a ruined ring world. Okay, Cybrex Central Nexus. It would seem that the Cybrex... I don't think I've ever actually finished one of these precursor event chains on the in an actual Let's Play. So, yes, I'm going to read this despite the fact that you've all probably seen this 1,000,001 times. It would seem the Cybrex reevaluated their galactic crusade against organic life at some point during its 17th year. Whether this change was prompted by losses on the battlefield or an ideological shift in their networked consciousness, we may never know, but for whatever reason, the Cybrex decided to halt their campaign. They began a slow withdrawal that lasted for nearly a century until they eventually vanished completely. We now know that they retreated to this system where they had constructed a massive ring world designed to hold or to house their entire civilization. They isolated themselves here for several millennia until an independent explorer chanced upon their system and spread its location to the rest of the galaxy. The news that the dreaded Cybrex had been found again prompted several neighboring powers to organize a massive military expedition, which bombarded the Cybrex ring world into rubble. Strangely, the Cybrex seemed to have offered no resistance whatsoever. Fascinating. Okay, now, which one is it? Interstellar Domain is a theoretically useful ascension perk because it decreases the cost of claims and star bases when it comes to influence. But as you can see, we're still at our cap for influence, so that's not really useful for us. So I am going to go, I think, for my tried and true technological ascendancy. For the plus 10% to research speed. Ah, okay, we've met the first of the Marauders. I have not actually met any of the Marauders yet. For several months now, we have received scattered reports of small numbers of alien mercenaries and privateers appearing on the frontiers of our space. They call themselves the Yvzorok, and are apparently exiles from nomadic warrior culture inhabiting overcrowded space stations in and around the Tuban system. Their passage near our space proceeded without incident, but they warned us against trespassing in Tuban. There is no Yvzorok central government to speak of, but their various factions are engaged in constant infighting and often launch raids against neighboring star systems. Indeed, given their vast population and space-based production capability, Yvzorok would likely be a significant galactic power if they ever stopped killing each other. Attempt to contact them. We, the Yvzorok, and we are the Yvzorok, and we are the favored servants of She of the Void, the all-seeing, ever-knowing, and above all, vengeful supreme being that lords over space. It was she that bade us, given our ancestral planetary home eons ago, to take up residence in her eternal domain, the cold depths of space, so that we could hunt unbelievers and appease her through sacrifice. Alas, the doctrinal wars have sapped our strength, and we are now a divided people, struggling to divine the true path she would have us walk. Yet her favor can be won through the destruction of alien heretics, even at the behest of other heretics. Thus, many of our warriors are willing to fight your battles for a price. Yes, so we have met the, chaos, basically. They might as well be.
System survey complete.
Okay, I guess you can now... This is when I wish I had researched the automatic exploration. Okay then. I'm just gonna have to manually tell you what to do for a while. Let's continue to build up our army, because it does need to be a little bit tougher.
Construction complete. We have mastered a new technology.
And now I can build destroyers, and wow, game, you're already wanting me to move over to railguns? I mean, I certainly don't mind, but... Well, I don't know if plus 200 hull is actually really worthwhile, so I don't care for it right now. I'm not bothering with the robots. Seems a little weird that Fanatic Purifiers will build robots, at least in my opinion. Build speed, I think these things are still built fairly quickly, so you know what? Game, I'll take you up on your offer. Let's get the railguns. Now we have our destroyer, and we're not going to put an artillery bow on it, game. And no, I want the damn reactor booster. Thank you very much. And let's go to you now, and manage fleet, add destroyers, and put 5 in. And eventually I'll build them.
Construction complete. Anomaly found.
Yes, go ahead and check it out. You move down there now. Celestial equivalent. Deceptive Giant. You know, I wish you guys didn't move around so damn much.
Anomaly found.
No, do not check that one out. You're gonna fail that. And it's a failure that will probably result in your death, which is not something I feel like dealing with, so yeah, just don't do it. God, that is a ridiculous amount of food. I don't need this much food, game. I want you to realize this. Okay. I do kind of think I want to go for the harmony. But prosperity is also useful. Yeah, you know, let's go for prosperity. Lower the build cost.
System survey complete.
At least a little.
System survey complete. Construction complete.
Now game, if you could be so kind as to teach me how to clear mountains, like, soon, that would be grand. Okay, now the Lambda are just the space cows. Or space whales, or whatever the hell people refer to them as.
Construction complete. Anomaly found. System survey complete.
Okay.
Special product complete.
Go over there and build that. Remarkable. Ocean and Tundra World. The game claims that that's supposed to be a rich system. I'm gonna take the game's word for it.
Tile blocker cleared. Construction complete.
Okay, we've almost got disruptors. And that'll finish off the corvettes.
Construction complete.
And now you guys should be able to take on that thing.
We have mastered a new technology.
And still haven't figured out how to build or how to clear mountains, game. That's what I want to know. Is how to clear mountains. The rest of this stuff I don't really care for right now. I mean, fleet combat limit is certainly useful to a degree, but I think building just the 5 destroyers is gonna hit this cap or take me just over it, one of the two. And I can't really afford, in my opinion, at least to really go over it, at least not by much. Let's go and get habitability. I don't need the starbase capacity.
We have mastered a new technology.
Disruptors, let's go ahead and yes to the plasma throwers. And you do think that I should use those. You know what, game? Sure. I'll take your word for it that you know what you're doing. Even though, realistically speaking, I know you don't know what you're doing. Again, I want the damn reactor boosters, game. Quit getting rid of them. Why is it so hard to understand? Aha. Actual people. I think that's the fungoid set. Ooh, size 25 Alpine World. If only I could live on Alpine Worlds. Well, I can, because they change it to where you can always live on basically any world type, except for Tomb Worlds by default. But we have a 20% habitability there, so, I mean, yes, we can survive there. Can we survive there well? No. Not by a mile.
Hostile Xeno fleet engaged.
That went better than I expected. So you guys did still lose some stuff, which is kind of annoying. Oh, is this place calmed down now? Yes, it has. Wonderful. Yeah, I'll keep you guys down on the planet for now. I don't need to take you away. Yep. Oh, I've got the game paused. I thought it was unpaused that entire time. Okay, let's see. So we're going to be meeting these guys relatively soon, because the game's definitely going to have me be introduced to them. How powerful are you, though? Fairly sizable, and you are a theocracy. Interesting. Well met. I represent the Huviduzan theocracy, led by the illustrious patriarch Spurblig. Sure. Spurblig? Yes, Spurblig. We rule our region of space under a divine mandate, and as long as you do not interfere in our spiritual affairs, our relations may remain cordial. This meeting is surely a blessing. Yeah, that doesn't sound anything like what a fanatic purifier would say, but whatever. You hate me. How does the game say? Yeah, of course. Still the same way.
Construction complete.
Okay, just go ahead and continue surveying the area. Now, one thing I do want to say, how these guys managed to get the better sensors when they're way the hell out here is beyond me.
Our ships have been upgraded. We have mastered a new technology.
Railguns? Yes to the Starhold. Do you want to put railguns everywhere? No, you don't. I'm a little surprised by that game. I would expect you to say, railguns are best thing ever. Put railguns everywhere. But surprisingly, that's not what you're saying. Well, you are saying only one disruptor there now.
Construction complete.
You know, I fought one war in my test game, and I was making 250 minerals a month by the end of that war.
System survey complete. Tile blocker cleared. System survey complete.
They must have reworked exactly what results in an increased military power, because this doesn't go up anymore with weapon upgrades now, it seems. Yeah, this seems to only really go up nowadays when you add ships. I don't know why. I mean, to my understanding, they increased the gap, basically, in terms of how good various things are, or the various tiers of weapons are, but yeah, this number doesn't seem to go up whenever I upgrade my weapons. That's something that I've noticed, and I don't know why. And it seems to only be the base game. I was playing Star Trek New Horizons last night, that mod for Stellaris. And every time I upgraded weapons, this went up. But here in the base game, that doesn't seem to be the case. Okay, we have met the Kazem Citizen League. Where are you guys? You're there. Let's see. Strategos Tiny B Korab sends regards from the ruling council of the Kazam Citizen League. We hope for a productive relationship with your people, but be warned that our military will respond to any transgressions near our space with maximum force. God, we got two. Well, wait, is it two slaving despots? I think there were. I thought it was two, but you walked the path of heresy. Yeah, you're slaving despots. You're slaving despots. You're honor-bound warriors, though. But we've got two slaving despots right next to one another. Also, I don't feel as though their dialogue was the things that I would expect a slaving despot to say. Yeah, it seems a little off.
Construction complete.
You know, you guys seem to be growing relatively well, so I don't think I need to actually bother with the whole gene clank thing that I originally was thinking of doing. Cancel you, actually. And I think this part has also already gone over the 30-minute mark.
System survey complete.
Oh, and those two just made a non-aggression pact, because of course they did. They've agreed, these slaves are ours, those slaves are yours, let's stay out of each other's way.
Construction complete. Anomaly found. Construction complete.
Pirates sighted, and of course the pirates are in the system that my guys literally just entered. I don't, no, that's, no, you buffoon, that is the wrong way to go if you're trying to live. If you're trying to die, then yeah, sure, take the route you were going, but you're a moron, game. I want you to realize that. You were very clearly trying to get yourself killed. No, go. Blow up their outpost. Wonderful. Now go kill those. You continue surveying that system. Actually, research the project first and then survey the system.
System survey complete. One of our stations is under attack.
Still with these pirates, and that'll end this part.
Construction complete. Special product complete.
Ah, now we're getting a destroyer. That'll be great.
Debris analyzed.
Oh, where's this? How'd I miss that? Ah, because that requires a construction ship. Never mind. Didn't realize that required a construction ship.
special product complete.
We might be spiritualists, but we are also fanatic purifiers. So, we're just gonna let dead aliens lie.
Construction complete.
You know, I'm gonna let this year end, and then I'll end the part. So in the year 240, we will end this part. How much do these things cost? 246. Yeah, that would explain it.
Construction
Okay,
complete.
and there we go. Okay, so that's gonna be it for this part. We have met quite a few people actually in a relatively short span of time, to be honest. But from this point forward, I will be playing basically on 2-speed because, yeah, I just wanted to do that to get out of the early game of exploring, meeting people, and then, yeah, that's for me the slower part of the game is the exploring and trying to find somebody to meet. But now that we have met them, we can fight them. Or, well, prepare to fight them. According to the game, they're all still equivalent, so we're definitely not going to be fighting them right now. But, yeah. So I will see you all in the next part. What are you doing? Okay, you can't afford to do that. Then I'll tell you to build one then, at least. Yes, so I'll see you all in the next part, where we will be, I guess, just continue to build up our military, probably, to make sure these guys don't decide to try and declare war on us, although there is a decent gap between me and all of them, so they shouldn't be willing to declare war on me for a while. But yes, so I will see you all in the next part, like I said back in the first part. Links in the description if you want to go and become a patron or do a PayPal donation or use the affiliate links to buy Stellaris if you don't already own it. If I remember, I'll also include a link to Stellaris Apocalypse in particular down there. I might forget, honestly. Just because it's sort of already crowded down there. But yeah. So, like I said, I will see you all in the next part, but until then, a goodbye and a farewell.